Good afternoon. This is the ASMR agency reaching out to you because we think you would be a perfect fit for some positions that we're hiring for. Do you have time to talk? Yes. This is Advanced Staffing, Mentoring, and Recruiting Agency. We specialize as a third-party interview source to help people get interviews to acquire their dream job. I want to help you get your dream job. Does that interest you? Well, thank you. I want to actually go in depth with you today after looking at your resume because we have multiple positions that you may be a good fit for. And my goal for today is to hear more about you, your previous work experiences, what you are looking for in a position, and help you fit into one of those roles. This is not a job interview. Well, if I had to call it something, this is a phone screening. I don't know how long it will last, but it can be as short as 10 minutes to as long as possibly 45 minutes. Well, do you have time today to talk with me, or do you want to reschedule for another time? Well, you seem reticent or reluctant in talking with me, unsure of the value that I can provide, and that's perfectly fine, but let me explain the criteria and expectations of working with the ASMR agency. We are a third-party recruiting firm. We work with many companies trying to fill multiple job opportunities, and we work with many candidates and, like a matchmaker, fit them appropriately to each other. We want to make sure that the top talent, perfect personality, wonderful workers reach the companies that can best fulfill them and help them achieve more for long-lasting careers of satisfied companies with satisfied employees. We're sort of putting the puzzle pieces together. Well, see, ASMR agency screens candidates like what I'm doing right now. Works as an intermediary between us and the hiring manager for the business that you want to work for, and then helps coordinate an interview between when the business is available and when you're available. In addition to setting up that interview, we will help provide you insights into the business, tips for the interview, help answer questions about the position, and be a liaison between positions. You would go to me first if you have any questions or are looking for updates regarding any of the positions that are available. Yes, my goal is to help fill the open job opportunities. There are so many open available jobs looking for the best candidate, and my job is to help present the hiring manager with you, the best candidate available. It's up to me and my team to help the hiring manager have that awful, difficult, complex choice between multiple extremely talented individuals. And if I'm doing my job right, the choice the hiring manager is making isn't which person can do the job better, but it would be which person is the right fit for their company culture. Well, from your resume, it looks like you have been out of work for about 3 months now. Is that correct? You aren't paying for us to give me some time. Let me ask you some just let me ask you some in-depth questions to really get to know you, and we then can help you get more interviews. You don't have anything to lose. Nothing to lose except time, especially if we can set you up with a job interview that leads to another interview that leads to the job offer for the best professional working experience that suits you and is where you would want to work, doing what you want to do. Now, let me repeat, this is not a job interview. This is a phone call that I'm documenting so that we can talk with hiring managers and get you set up for an interview. Well, I'm going to ask you a lot of similar questions, though like it's a job interview, but just so that I can fully get to know you and make sure that this is a good fit. And along the way, if I have any insights into how you're answering those questions, I will provide you with some helpful, constructive feedback and corporate information so that you can best excel in any future interviews that you're doing. Because I want you to succeed. Well, in what you're looking for in a career, I want you to succeed. Success for me means success for you. Success for you means success for me. Well, ASMR has many professional career coaches who are dedicated to helping you navigate your career journey. They can provide guidance on interpreting your interview answers, can provide free career tests and personality tests to help you find what career you will truly excel and be satisfied and content with in the long run. Exploring options, setting goals, creating an action plan, and more. We do work with a variety of different sectors, different job positions, different opportunities, and having access to these industry leaders looking for the best positions we can really help provide you with more access and entry points to get you past those barriers and get your resume into the hands of the people that actually make the decisions. So many people can get stuck using online platforms, job sites, AI, and we can help get you seen by a living person and give you the advice from real humans to connect to other real humans. Isn't that what we're lacking these days? That human connection, that face-to-face? I know it's not face-to-face right now, darling. It's just that it's only a phone call I got to start with. Yeah, no, it starts with a phone call, phone screening like this, and then afterwards, all goes well. Well, we'll ask you into the office, have you do a little bit more, some little job tests, really see what you're acclimated for and what's the best in for what you're looking for. Exactly. Right on. Well, we work with internal recruitment teams to help facilitate their hiring process, but we also are an external recruiting agency. Right. We aren't here just to put you into any job for commission. We want to find you a long-term fit for the right position. Well, I am a professional career coach and recruiter. Are you comfortable with some constructive feedback? Well, I want to help you that when doing any interviews, so after your answers, if you're okay with it, I would like to go over helpful tips and ways to improve your interviews in the future, okay, darling? You see, that's perfect. I do have lots of questions to get started because I want to know as much about you as possible to help curate and collect the correct job opportunities that I know you will succeed at and be the best candidate to present to our hiring managers. Well, this is an early investment in your time and energy, but it will make everything else that you and I do be better and provide better value to the hiring manager. And nothing is better for an interview than when the hiring manager and you both have an understanding. Yeah, when both of you can see that this will be a great fit before you even meet, it makes that first impression charged with the expectation that this is going to be good and exciting for both of you. Well, if you don't mind me going on and on a little bit, it's like when you're on a dating app and see the perfect picture, profile, you have so many common interests, they present themselves well, and you're all excited and geared up, and they like the restaurant you pick out for the first date. Messages between you and them have gone well, and even better, your friend knows them and tells you what they're showing online, it's who they really are. You have all the evidence that even if you don't end up in a relationship together, you have knowledge that this date, or in this case this interview, it's got to be a good one. It makes that first impression have the potential to truly succeed and be incredible. And that is what we want. We don't want to lie, to catfish, gaslight. We don't want to say anything wrong or inaccurate. We don't want to be misleading or manipulative, but what we want to set up and prime the scene so that when you are in the interview, presenting your best self, that it truly is your best authentic self. And they see you for the shining jewel and gem that you are. Well, this is why, honey, honesty is critical and important in all areas of working with us because we want to have the trust in those that are helping to find their dream job as well as trust in the companies and organizations that we are working with. We then bridge that trust between the two so that candidates and potential employees that we're working with know that when we recommend them for a job that is not a ghost job, a fake job posting, you can trust that we've made sure that this is the real position that you are applying for. Similarly, companies that are working with us can trust that when we recommend them a candidate that they are not exaggerating or falsifying information on their resume to get an interview for a position that they're not qualified for. No. We make sure that they're qualified for the positions that they're applying for. We make sure that when we set up an interview with a company for one of our candidates that it's a two-way street and the candidates won't show up late or ghost the companies that they're interviewing for. The companies aren't going to show up late. Companies aren't going to sunset. Oh, no, interview canceled. Oops. No. We make sure that both people are on the same page. Because people are tired of working with robots. that's what we fix. We make sure to connect the humans that want the job with the humans hiring for the job. Make sure that they all work well and fit all the way through the interview and hiring process. We also assist with all that drug screening, background checks, even with training courses to help get candidates qualified for the positions that they want. Yeah. Well, that's why I'm going to go through an exhaustive list of questions. And if you have any questions for me, please feel free to ask. In fact, it's helpful for us if you leave a comment and let us know what kinds of questions you feel comfortable answering in an interview. Just like you, we appreciate helpful and constructive feedback and implemented that into our processes. Well, thank you. Now, I would like to start with a simple open-ended question. Frustrating at times if you aren't prepared for it, but it's always good to have an answer for this interview prepared, kept in your back pocket just in case. So, just to start off, why don't you tell me about yourself? So, all right, darling. If you don't mind me asking, what's your hiring timeline? It's like, how soon do you want to get a job and start working? Well, now ain't that lovely? What does your ideal job look like? Nice, concise, short answer. I love it. What are you looking for in the job? Now, hope you don't mind me typing out some notes, okay, darling? What do you feel is missing at your current company or a role that this position can provide to you? Well then, what will you miss about your last job? So then, when thinking about your ideal job and how it looks, so what is your ideal working environment? Like, what type of work environment do you prefer? Well, honey, everyone's gotta work. It's just like, how do you want it to look like? What do you imagine doing that you really want to do, that you're passionate about, that you really enjoy? Well, another way to think about it, how about this? What do you do best? What do you excel at? Well, what's the thing that you have so much potential and added value to when you do, darling? Well, we all do things differently. Some people better than others, some people worse. But sometimes those things that you do worse, well, they happen to be a perfect fit if it was in a different way. You know what I mean? No? Okay. Well, what do you not like to do? Not to be all negative, but knowing what you refuse to do, your deal breakers, that helps us in finding that perfect job for you. Well then, darling, in the previous work that you've done? What was been something that's frustrating or annoying or agonizing or tedious or boring? You know, bad. In your previous positions, what did you not like? So, what are your career goals? Where do you see yourself climbing up and moving on up and making sure that all things go well. What's your career goals? So then, what are your salary and compensation expectations? So, what benefits beyond salary are most important to you? Well, you got things like your 401k, you got your medical, dental, chiropractic. Sometimes that's not included in medical. You got sometimes childcare. Mm-hmm. Yeah. No. Okay. What is your schedule expectations? I mean, darling, what are your hourly limitations? What kind of work schedule you want to work? I know you're used to shift work, but if you could choose your schedule, what would it be? Well, how do you balance work and life? Well, we all gotta work for a living, but you gotta live more than just work, right? Yeah. Well, we all got seasons. Some seasons you put the nose to the grindstone and you just pedal to the metal and work as hard as you can for as long as you can until you collapse. Some seasons it's a time of rest, relaxation, making sure to take a step back, decompress, and see what really is around you. Because sometimes when you're working so hard, you're so focused on a goal, sometimes you miss all the things that go on around you. Sometimes when you're just relaxing, you settle in there, and then you realize, oh man, I need to do more. We go through seasons, we go through cycles. It happens. That's what life is. Do you have any concerns working irregular hours? Irregular hours. No, not irregular, no, irregular. Like unusual. Yeah, how do you feel about working weekends and overtime and stuff like that? Mm-hmm. Well, now, what are your opinions on something like remote or hybrid work? I know it's great when you can get it, but it's hard to get it. But we got some opportunities for it available if you're interested. Yeah. You might be a perfect fit for that. So what are your long-term goals, both professional and personal, that you set for yourself? Well, you gotta have those goals. How you supposed to shoot for the stars if if you're not aiming at the moon, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, how are they smart? Like smart goals. Smart stands for what's it? Specific, measurable, achievable, reachable. No, that's not right. Traceable? I don't know. I guess I'm not very smart now, am I? Oh wait, no, that was it. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, smart goals. Specific, measurable, achievable, relevant. Relevance, that's the one I forgot. And time bound. Yeah, because your goals can't just be so far in the future that you never ever actually start doing them. No, you gotta be specific, be able to be measured, gotta be something you can do, relevant, and time bound. Yeah, mm-hmm. Smart goals. So, what smart goals do you have? Sorry, are you willing to relocate? Are you comfortable with travel? Well, now here's one of my favorite questions. What is your best skills or strengths? Yeah, no, the best. If you can't think of just one, give me as many as you got. So what's your worst weakness? What's your biggest weakness? Oh no, darling, that's not that bad. Don't worry. Everyone does that now and then. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okie dokie. Now, what is your biggest professional regret? Oh, you flatter me. No, really, why? Now, I want you to be optimistic and all ready and geared up and fired up for your next interview. So, what part of an interview do you enjoy the most? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I hear that. So, what kind of an interview or interview questions do you feel most comfortable with? Nice, nice. You see, those are things I know nothing about, so that's great. Well, what about an interview do you feel unprepared for or would like help with? Because we're here for you. We're here to back you up and help you out and assist you in whatever you're doing, okay? Well, now, that's something we can help with. We can work on that. Oh, yeah, yeah. Not today, but certainly, no. We call you into the office and have you do some little role play with us now and then. Yeah. No, we can build that up and have it all ready and prepared. Mm-hmm. Yes, certainly we can. So, what's the worst interview question that you've ever been asked? Well, now, darling, that's a trick question right there. They're not looking for an actual answer for that. No, no, they're looking at how you answer. Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, they're looking at what you think when you hear the question. It's not about having to go to. No, you didn't do anything wrong, darling. No, that's them wanting to see how you deal when you don't know the answer. So, what's the best or worst piece of advice you've ever received, darling? Now that's a lifetime of wisdom right there in a few short sentences. Yeah, no, that's possibly the best answer I've heard all week. Mm-hmm. Alrighty then. Well, I'm gonna take this information and uh, if you got time, uh, if I emailed you a personality quiz, so if it's not a test. It's not pass or fail. It's a quiz. It's there's no right or wrong answers. It's there to see how you like to communicate best. See really what tickles your fancy. What makes you really gleeful and how you like to talk to other people. Because you like to talk to other people. I can hear it in your voice right now. But I want to know how. Yeah, exactly. So it's a quick 15-minute, maybe 30 if you're a little slow and tardy. And if there's any questions that you feel like, I don't know the answer to that, just put down whatever comes to your mind first. Gut feeling. Go on instinct. You don't need to focus and worry about it. No, no. You feel comfortable filling out that kind of a form? It's all online. I'll email the link. You can have a little passcode associated with it. You just plug that in. You're good to go. If you got any technical difficulties or any questions, you can always contact me. All right. Well, darling, may I please have your email address? And, honey, you really should put your email address on your resume. Most people don't ever call back these days. A lot of it's just email. Or worse, texting. You don't want people texting you an interview. Doing a whole interview through text. That's kind of weird. Kind of fishy. And what we're here for is to help lead you along the correct path and avoid all those automated scams and bots and things. Oh, it's a dangerous world out there. People send you a link to a Zoom link, and next thing you know, you click on that and you've got yourself a virus. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. No, no. Don't want that. So I'm here to protect you. So yeah, I'm gonna send you that website. It'll be a link. It'll be secure, and you fill out that little behavioral communication test quiz thing. Yeah. Mm-hmm. How's that sound to you? All right. Well, darling, I'll send that right away. Have a wonderful week, and I'll be in touch with that best job interview you've ever had. All right. Bye bye.